And before we started recording here, we had a call and we had a very interesting part of that conversation, which was, I call it the deprivation study, but it's just as we get into how AI and human live agents are a part of the customer service function. We had a very important and interesting conversation about how important that customer service function is overall to your business. And I asked you this question, and I said, Andreas, if I just took customer support away from your business, what would happen? And you said three things. You said 2 to 3 days, we'd be in very serious trouble. You said we'd be blocked from all our major marketplaces. And within 30 days, we'd be wiped out. This is how important this CX function is to your business as an analogy to how important it is to all the industries that are using customer service. Because there is a perception in the industry that it's a necessary evil. Of course, we're going to have customers. Of course, they're going to have questions, but it's a big cost center. This is your CFO perspective that I want to ask you about. It's not just a cost center, it's a value center. It's a driver of business. When you were talking about how you were handling the fears and the concerns of those mothers, that wasn't just anybody can do this, it's a necessary evil. That's an important part of the engine of your business is satisfying your customers. What is your recommendation just to everyone who's listening here in terms of thinking of customer service support, not as a cost center, but as a value center for your business and how important it is?
If I think back into the time when I had the pure CFO hat on, of course, it is no production, it is no sales. So we would consider it as a cost center. That's the difficult perspective on it. I think the problem starts if you put the customer support into one part or look at it as one thing. I think the right approach is to analyze the different parts and to distinguish the different parts which a customer support has. What I told you also in our last conversation has a constant contact to your clients. If I take only this, then it is one of the best sources I have to get information about my client because they have the clients on the phone. And as I told you, that they are all human brains. They have the ability to get insight about the mood and the perception of your clients toward your product and your services. So the question is only, how do I get this information in a way that I don't have to make interviews with my whole customer team every day? The question is more, how do I derive this information from my customer support? I have to start to organize not only the answering part of the customer support, but also the information, the data which I get from them. For example, once a week, we have a call with our customer agents and we have them report the most important. So we tell them, if you close your eyes and think about the last week, what comes into your head right away and tell us what it is. Because normally either these are things which just happened and then they therefore very present, or there are things which are really important. So we get this information, and then what you said is a cost or a value driver, then you get value because if you can process this data and derive valuable information, which then helps you perfectionize or optimize your products or your services. But if you put everything into one pot and then make maybe one KPI minutes per call or so, then this is not able to reflect the total function or to the total possible value of your customer support.